Crypto is correcting again, and everybody seems to be losing their mind 2 days before the election. According to Polymarket, Trump has a 58% chance compared to Harris with a 41% chance. But besides who wins the election, history tells us that crypto and Bitcoin literally goes parabolic after the election, regardless of who becomes president. You can see here the last 4 cycles, altcoins, crypto, risk on assets have gone parabolic.
If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen.
Even though we are getting BTC and ETH outflows, BlackRock itself purchased $2.4 billion in Bitcoin for its ETF this week, and Michael Strategy has a plan of raising $42 billion to buy more Bitcoin. But my question to you is, where do you think that we are in the cycle? According to the Wall Street cheat sheet, many believe that we're right in optimism before we head to belief, thrill, and euphoria. I would like to know everybody's opinion on where they think we're currently at in the market. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. It really helps the algorithms. People need to see these videos. People need to know that crypto in this cycle is a generational opportunity. It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one, and in this video I want to talk about the chances of Bitcoin hitting 100K before 2025. All right, now I know that sounds crazy. Well, we got a few things to go over with. I actually gave my thesis inside the Discord. So guys, it is important that you join and be a part of what we're doing inside the community. We have a Discord, we have a community project, we even have a Patreon where I was able to call Fred, the convicted raccoon here, at about $180,000 market cap, and it topped out at a $10 million market cap, and all of this was 24 hours, right? It's in the Patreon, it's recorded. Of course, this doesn't always happen. It's very hard to make these type of awareness posts, but today was a good day, right? Can't promise that's going to be like that every day, but today was a good day. So if you are interested into exclusive content, consider joining my Patreon. But we do have a free Discord, and we even have a community project, guys. So please get involved. Now, BTC here is right at 69.5, right? Basically 70K, and it seems to be holding very well, which is a positive thing. But we do have some macro wins that I want to talk about. And also, a lot of people seem to be a little bit concerned that, is this a double top? Is this the end of the crypto bull run? The first thing that stands out to me here on the BTC chart is that the stock RSI, even though it's headed into overbought areas, guys, it can hang out here for a while. So just because it crosses over 80, which it hasn't even, which tells me BTC can go higher from here, this thing can hang out here a while. I've talked about many modules of how it hangs out here, 21, 28 days, sometimes 50 days, 60 days, 100 days, which could push the Bitcoin price here if everything works out. You know, if we get a BTC president, which according to both presidents, anybody, or should I say whoever gets elected, should be giving out a positive crypto policy. My module has us hitting anywhere between 100,000 here and 120,000. Can we go higher? Yes, we can. But around this area, maybe 115, 120,000. This is where I would start to really start to look at the rotation into altcoins, because you need to understand in crypto that altcoins lag Bitcoin, right? Just because Bitcoin rushes up here to 100K, it doesn't mean altcoins is going to go as well, which you guys are basically seeing here. And not to add the Bitcoin dominance, guys, you could see the last time that we had an altcoin season, right around 2021 here, Bitcoin dominance went all the way up here to around 73%. So based on some of the information that I was looking into, there is a good chance that the Bitcoin dominance, which is raging at the moment, can hit anywhere between 62% and 73% before we see it capitulate and give altcoins a little bit of a life to breathe. So just keep that in mind, guys, because just because Bitcoin goes up doesn't mean your altcoins are just going to go up on the same day. It's a reason why Bitcoin has this amount of dominance, and it's a reason why I've personally changed my tune and opinion on BTC, and why I think that you should have some exposure to Bitcoin because it holds the most dominance inside the market. So 60% of the dominance means that if you are utilizing Bitcoin as a savings account, because in my opinion, it's a hedge into inflation and a savings account on steroids, this could put you in a position to kind of have a hedge against your altcoins. That way you're always making money as it rotates. And guys, also, I want to make it clear, right? Meme coins, right? Meme coins, guys. Even the one that I talked about at the beginning of the video, do not go ape, right? It's probably overwood. It's probably overwood. If it's not cool, I got a moon bag, but I took my profits. If it goes to $200-300 million market cap, will I be sad? It happened before with a couple tokens that I've, didn't hold long enough. But I always believe in this type of market where everybody's attention span is the attention span of a squirrel. Isn't it crazy? We're in the squirrel, meta now, and people on Solana attention span is like a squirrel. So guys, take profits. Always take profits. Always have a contingency plan, and also a a exit strategy. So let's get into this PowerPoint, right? A market analysis, FOMC meeting, election impact, Bitcoin, and technical macro analysis for November 2024. So what we were seeing on the Bitcoin price here, right, is Bitcoin's technical setup, right? Bullish momentum on the weekly chart, strong support around 40,000 of 70 in resistance near 70,000, which we're seeing, right? We cannot seem to stay above 70,000. But if BTC is able to break that, right, and we get the Fed cut, because we got a Fed cut coming up, and the market or the economy doesn't show any kink in its strength, even though if you're in the Discord, you can see that the XHB chart has started to capitulate, which is the real estate, the chart that kind of like people look at for the real estate market. And then we got the terrible job data. And I've said this in previous videos. You get bad job data, bad housing data, that's a sign that the economy is hurting. And we got to ask ourselves this question. Does anybody have any money right now to actually buy crypto? Yeah, that's a question that I don't think a lot of people or have, do you have money to buy crypto, right? Stock RSI is showing overbought, but guys, I wouldn't look too much into this because it could hang out there. Bitcoin dominance, right? Increasing dominance shows preference for Bitcoin over altcoins, which we're seeing potential capital inflow into Bitcoin as macro conditions worsen, right? So you're seeing a lot of people kind of like say BTC is a hedge against inflation. I've seen the rich dad poor dad say that all the time, how he's been buying gold and Bitcoin anticipating a recession, right? Real estate market impact, SPDR home builders ETF. You can pull this up on TradeView. It's a great chart, right? Signs of potential slowdown in the real estate. That's what I'm seeing. Rising interest rates and weaker labor market impacting prices. Now I will say this about the SBDR chart, and actually let's pull that up here. The positive here, right? This is the positive, right? Because again, you always want to look at things from both sides. But you can see here, the positive is that even though that is showing a little bit of weakness inside the market, the stock RSI is capitulating fast. So that's a good thing, because if we can get the stock RSI to capitulate fast and head down here to oversold levels right around the time that we get to the 50-day moving average here, that would technically still be on the trend, right? Will it be a higher low? No, not from here, but it'll still be positive. It still be part of the positive trend, and the trend is your friend to the end. If you see this chart break the 50-day moving average and go to retest the 200-day moving average, I would be a little bit scared, especially with the job data that we did get. So you got to keep that in mind, right? Rising interest rates and weaker labor market impacting prices. Economic influence, cooling real estate market limits consumer wealth and liquidity, indirect impact on speculative assets like Bitcoin due to reduced disposable income. So that just goes back to what I just said. Do you feel like you are rich enough, right? And I'm not saying like you have to be wealthy or rich enough, but when I'm saying rich enough, do you feel like you're in a position that you have extra capital to put into crypto? I want to know everybody's opinion on that. Guys, do you feel like that? Job market impact. So according to October's job report, only 12,000 jobs were added. Significant 46,000 manufacturing jobs were lost, right? So this is another thing I like to talk to. I like to talk to truckers, right? I like to talk to people that's in the supply and demand industry, because if they start losing their jobs, that's another, kind of like pinhole in the bubble. Revised payroll data suggests economic slowdown. Potential Fed action. Weak labor market could prompt the Fed to consider rate cuts. So we got kind of like a double-edged sword right there, right? Weak labor market, we get rate cuts, which is positive. Short term, yes, crypto pump. But then what if inflation comes back? You see how this market is just... It's rigged, right? Rate cuts would increase liquidity, potentially benefiting Bitcoin, which would eventually benefit our altcoins, right? We also got to pay attention to the Fed Watch too. The CME is a great website. There's a 98.9% probability of no rate hike, right? Then we're going to get a 0.25 rate cut. Weak job market data may lead to earlier than expected rate cuts. Increased liquidity could support price movement. So we just covered that. So be looking at the FOMC in a few days, right? Running parallel with the election, right? But then speaking of election, presidential election policy and direction, election market sentiment. Now, the market right now is specifically working to price in potentially Harris winning, right? She got the KOLs on board, right? She got all the actors, the celebrities, like, Trump, so when I look at the market, right, Trump got like the real elites, like the real wealthy people behind him, real wealthy families, you know what I'm saying? And even though, like, I'm not here to talk about either or's plan, right? But he's not as relatable as Harris, right? You see Harris got like Steph Curry, LeBron James, J-Lo. It's like she just said, okay, I just want to step away from doing interviews and just get me some KOLs on board, right? Allegedly. And it's helping her, right? Because according to the media, right, it's a lot more closer than what Polymarket has put out there. So this is causing the market to kind of like be a bit frothy because they don't know. They don't know. Like people feel like crypto people could be the deciding factor of this presidential campaign. And of course, yes, if Trump wins, there's a good chance that Bitcoin flies to 100K. If he doesn't, it's a good chance that Bitcoin goes down first, and then Harris comes out and becomes a little bit more clearer about her crypto policy. At the end of the day, crypto will still go higher. So it's just crazy watching how all of this unfolds and how just the media, right? I don't want to get into it, but how the media, and how these pictures are being painted. Both candidates support digital assets, likely crypto pro policies. Bitcoin impact here. Pro digital asset policies could create favorable environment for BTC. We're seeing countries get involved. We're seeing universities get involved. We're seeing institutions. Michael Saylor willing to put up another 42 billies for BTC. Potential Bitcoin growth with supportive regulation. So short-term thesis here, can Bitcoin reach 100K by January 2025? So the bullish catalyst here would be increased Bitcoin dominance, potential Fed rate cut, supportive policy. Seems like we're getting all three. Challenges would be overbought conditions. What I wouldn't say that is we're there yet. So I would kind of like wait on that one. Weak job and real estate market is real. That is real, right? Because if we continue to get weak job markets, these manufacturing jobs, people losing their jobs, where's the money, the new liquidity to come into retail, to buy into crypto, to pump our altcoins? Yes, Bitcoin could pump without new liquidity because they have institutional money, right? But not altcoins. So we need new liquidity. We need people to feel rich, to feel wealthy, to feel like they have extra money to actually put into the market. Bitcoin likely to test resistance levels near 75,000 and 80,000 within the next month, as long as we can clearly break the all-time high, which is about 73.8. 100,000 target by the end of the year, in my opinion, is a bit ambitious, but 80,000 more feasible by early 2025. Can we blow it out of the market? Yes. If Trump becomes president, good chance that we blow it out the market, but we gotta prepare for both angles, right? The real estate and the job market effects on Bitcoin. Weak housing markets may reduce liquidity and disposable income. So if the housing market goes down, and real estate, they're big players with investing, just investing, right? And any real estate people, let me know how you specifically feel about the market. I love to hear you guys' opinion because you guys are in the field and I respect it. Job market potential. Fed cuts could counter economic slowdown. Increased liquidity could possibly impact Bitcoin. So that's the global liquidity going up. That's the Fed turning on the money printer. That's okay. The job market is bad. Okay, let's give out some stimmies, right? That's what that is, right? That could, we see in 2020 what that could do for the market. And my conclusion here is Bitcoin's path to 100,000 faces both support and resistance. So you got to look at it both angles. In my opinion, the market is trying to figure things out. The market hates uncertainty. Support for potential liquidity increases favorable policies. Challenges are the economic weaknesses like jobs and real estate and a manufacturer supply and demand type of industries. The projection here is for Bitcoin to reach around 80,000 by early 2025 if conditions align favorably, right? This doesn't necessarily mean your altcoins will pump, right? When Bitcoin hits anywhere between 80K and 100K, it'll probably take 4 to 8 weeks before we see that liquidity rotation into our altcoins. So the thing to pay attention here would be Ethereum, the ETH BTC chart, Solana, those two. In my opinion, you want to pay attention to the Solana BTC chart and the ETH BTC chart. Because if we finally see the ETH BTC chart or the Solana BTC chart start to break out, that could mean business, in my opinion. That could mean business, right? And as you can see here, the Solana BTC is looking real good. This is, people would look at this as potentially being a bullish flag, right? So again, anything can happen in crypto, guys. Let me know which you think. Do you believe crypto can hit 100K before year's end? And again, where do you think that we're in and as far as the cycle, right? Also, don't buy the meme coins I talked about. We're going to find new ones. That's what we're going to do. Don't do it. It's over with, right? Don't chase green candles, right? I just put that in the beginning of the video so you can have an idea what type of content you get into the Patreon, right? A little bit DJ stuff. But I'll see you in the next one. It's your boy, Crypto Millie.